Choice Specs Kyogre with Choice Band Scizor and Bruxish was able to finish 6th place in the last Stadium Ladder season. We're going to be trying out the team and seeing how well it can perform. This is a very unique Kyogre team. Let's break it down. First, we have the Wall Breaker, the Choice Specs Terra Water Kyogre, able to do so much damage in the rain with the Terra Water option and the 3 water type attacks. It is an incredible wall breaker if you're able to position it correctly. You have that Choice Specs just able to do so much damage, and then you have Thunder that can help out against opposing Kyogres and Pokemon with Terra Water that's usually able to take the water types pretty well. Against Pokemon that are weak to Ice Beam, usually the Water Spouts and Origin Pulses are still really hard to switch into. Next Pokemon we have is going to be the Indeedee with the Synchronize and the Rocky Helmet and the Terra Dragon. So it's very interesting to see the Indeedee on this team and having the Synchronize, not the Psychic Terrain, it is Synchronize. With the Rocky Helmet that's able to help chip away at our Shifus and break Focus Sashes, which can be nice. That Terra Dragon is the defensive typing to help out against the water and the grass type moves. And overall, this Indeedee, its job is to support the Kyogre. You have Fake Out on the Indeedee because again, you're not running Psychic Terrain. You have the Helping Hand option that can just boost the power of your allies' attacks. You have the Follow Me redirection, of course, which is very important for allowing Kyogre to stick around on the field. And then Heal Pulse that can help heal up the Kyogre so its water spots are more powerful or to just stick around on the field. Overall, this Indeedee is very interesting. You might be wondering why Synchronize on the Indeedee, but the main reason is you're able to have Fake Out option on the Indeedee, so supporting the Kyogre. So this Indeedee is designed to have a faster Fake Out against most Riolabooms and Incineroars out there. It's a very fast spread. As you can see by the speed investment, it's just meant to outspeed with the faster Fake Out and support. But also the Synchronize is just able to help out because it doesn't prevent your Scizor from going for Bullet Punch priority moves onto your opponent's side, which can also be a very huge plus. And you already have a way to block the priority in Bruxish, which we'll get into right now. Because next Pokemon we have is going to be the Bruxish with the Dazzling and the Focus Sash alongside the Stellar Terra, because otherwise Bruxish is not really sticking around. It's very not really bulky, but it does have some interesting notes. It is faster than the Kyogre and can follow up with a Super Fang. Think about it, like Water Spout, Hydro Pump, Origin Pulse with Terra Water is already absurdly hard to switch into with the Terra Water and the Choice Specs. And then you have that Super Fang, which means if they were able to tank it like a Assault Vest Raging Bolt or Assault Vest Rillaboom, they're just going down to this combination of the Super Fang plus Water Spout with Bruxish moving first. It's absolutely absurd. Able to do quite a bit of damage. The Dazzling just prevents the priority on your side of the field from happening, preventing the Raging Bolts and Riolabooms from going for their attacks. That would be very hurtful to Kyogre. Otherwise, you have Psychic Fangs that can help out against Urshifu, Breakthrough Screens, which can be a very nice plus as well. The Aqua Jet for priority to clean up weakened foes. And then Taunt that can prevent, for instance, Trick Room, Amoonguss from going for Spore, and more. It's a very unique support Pokemon in this case, but can help out immensely. Next Pokemon we are going to have is going to be the Roaring Moon with the Photosynthesis and the Booster Energy, going for that Terra Flying option. Pretty standard Roaring Moon. Otherwise, you have to knock off. You have the Acrobatics, Tailwind Support, and Protect. It's just a mon that's able to do a lot with Kyogre because you have that Speed Booster, able to be able to take the Shadow Rider Astral Barrages pretty well with his natural typing. And then the Terra Flying Acrobatics is still able to hurt quite a bit into the Grass types that Kyogre might not do as much damage into initially without having to really rely on like Prankster Tailwind. The overall concept is just being able to knock off items such as the Assault Vest on the Riolabooms and Raging Bolts, as well as like getting rid of leftovers on Terrapagos so it doesn't have its Terra Shell. It's just able to pressure Calc Shadow Rider 2 in a backup scenario case, so having knockoff can be very helpful here. Next Pokemon we have is going to be the Landorus Incarnate with the Life Orb and Sheer Force. Interestingly, not running Sansir Storm on a rain team with that Terra Fairy option that can help out against the Miraidon Draco Meteors. But this Landorus Incarnate is just running Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Rain Dance, and Protect. Rain Dance is to help out against the Sun teams like the Koraidon, so you can reset the weather and punish with the Kyogre. It's faster than Kyogre, can go for the Rain Dance, and then Kyogre follows up with the Water type move and be very strong here with Manual Rain. So Kyogre keeps his weather and is happy just clicking Water type moves. But otherwise, the Landorus is able to do a lot of damage. It's a ground immunity as well, able to go for the Earth powers, which is very helpful into the Raging Bolts, the Miraidons, and more. Final Pokemon we have is going to be the Choice Banded Scizor with Technician and the Terra Steel. Just able to be a good wall breaker for a clean up end game with that bullet punch, especially into like Pokemon like the Terra Fairy Miraidons, the Fluttermanes that might be annoying with Icy Wind and Thunder Waves. Having Scizor to be able to just pick up the knockouts into those nuisances can be very helpful for Kyogre to enable again its ability to just go for water type moves, and can clean up very nicely with the bullet punch as well as bug bite and U-turn that can just do a bunch of damage into the grass types and terra grasses out there. Bullet punch, the bug type moves, just able to do as much damage as possible. And then dual wing beat is an interesting one, able to help out against again Amoonguss for more damage. Urshifu, it's able to hit for pretty strong damage. Whimsicott, and yeah, it's still a pretty useful move that can hit twice and break certain focus sash scenarios. Overall with this team, it's really all about dishing out as much damage as you can with the Kyogre. You have the Indeedee supporting it with the Fake Out and the Follow Me. You have the Roaring Moon that's able to set up the Tailwind, and of course the Bruxish against the slower teams can just bully your opponent with the Super Fang plus the Water Spout combination, as well as Taunt to prevent any trickums. It's absurdly strong how powerful it can be. Landorus is a really good secondary attacker, and Scizor is a great late game cleaner for really strong bullet punches after the Kyogre has done the job. But if you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Incineroar, Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, Landorus Incarnate, the Urshifu, and Kyogre. All right. Gonna come down to quite a bit, but yeah, I don't think this lead is, or this match was bad for me. I think I'm gonna lead Kyogre plus the Indeedee, which is pretty strong against their team. I think Bruxish in the back is pretty solid. Last Pokemon's probably Roaring Moon, so I can actually aggro a Terra Grass Kyogre. Alright. I think it's pretty strong. I don't really see how there's... Well, I guess like it depends on the lead. If it's Indeedee Ursh, or not Indeedee Ursh, Rila Ursh, that's like the one lead I'm scared of, because they always get a Fake Out pin plus an attack. The Kyogre set's going to be really important to figuring this out. Now, there are best of one shenanigans. Like normally, I think when I look at this team, I would say, oh, this is probably Screens, Grimmsnarl, maybe with Scary Face or Thunder Wave. It could also be Fake Out Grimmsnarl with like Scarf Ogre, and oh yeah, Grim does get access to Fake Tears, so I gotta watch out for that too. Yeah, I do gotta watch out for that too, because Grim does get Fake Tears, so they could do Fake Tears Scarf Ogre shenanigans. Oh no. Well, let's find out. Ursh Kyogre lead is fine. I don't think you would Terra Ghost the Ursh immediately. You could, I suppose. I don't think it's likely to happen. I'm just gonna Water Spout and Follow Me, I think, or Fake Out the Ursh. Don't Terra Ghost the Ursh. Okay, yeah, Detect is fine. I still get massive damage into Kyogre. Sure, I could have maybe redded attacks, but I wasn't sure if it was Scarf, because a lot of them do like Scarf on the Kyogre teams. I am faster than their Kyogre, unless it's a potential speed tie. I think this is probably a Solvest Ogre, but we'll see. Oh, it's not. I do so much damage. Oh, it's Calm Mind. Okay. I guess that makes sense, but they took so much damage. Okay. I'm trying to debate if I want a Terra, and I just like, probably not realistically. I think I'm just going to Water Spout and click Follow Me, because if they go for Surging, they knock out the Indeedee, but I get rid of their Ursh, which is pretty massive. Then next turn, I could probably go Bruxish and Super Fang their team down. Or I could go Roaring Moon, but I probably just go Bruxish, because I don't, only Pokemon they have is like Lando, which I don't think they're going to bring out Lando, but maybe. Rocky Helmet Chip. All right, the Ursh is going down to Water Spout, guaranteed here. I think if I Terra Water the Kyogre immediately, I just blew through the Kyogre. I think I just blew up the Kyogre, like turn 1 into turn 2, and maybe have forced the Kyogre Protect. But let's see, Water Spout. I look at all that damage I did to the Kyogre. Kyogre might be in range of Psychic Fangs, actually, which would be really nice. Fortune Pulse, so brings me down to half. Yeah. A little bit more damage than half, but acceptable. All right. We go out into Bruxish. Rila coming in? I mean, it has to be Rila, right? Yeah. Perfect. And I get to bring out my Bruxish, which should be able to KO the Kyogre with Psychic Fangs, I imagine. If it doesn't, it's not that bad. But yeah, I'm just going to switch on to Roaring Moon, and I'm going to go for a Psychic Fangs into the Kyogre, which should pick up the knockout because it doesn't look like a super... I mean, it expects Kyogre Water Spout, but I don't know. I think Psychic Fangs should KO at this range. And if not, the Roaring Moon should KO. So we have the Terra... we have the Acrobatics pressure from the Roaring Moon too. They go for Fake Out. Oh, they don't know about Bruxish's ability, man. They don't know about Bruxish's ability. Goodbye, Kyogre. Goodbye, Kyogre. Or they made like a crazy hard read of me switching out to Bruxish. But dazzling. It's dazzling. Landorus coming in. Okay, I just win. I go for a Terra with Acrobatics into the Rila, and I think I go for a... There's no way they can knock out my Roaring Moon if I Terra Flying, right? I just don't think so. I KO Rila unless the Terra's in the fire. Is Aqua Jet the play with Acro? Probably. I guess if the Rila has a different defensive Terra, this might not be out of the woods, but Lando can't really do that much damage to me. And if they don't get rid of Bruxish, they can never Grassy Glide cleanup or anything, so let's see what they decide to go for. I will go for Terra Flame. I could have Psychic Fangs doubled, but I want to see Terra Fire or Aqua Jet into Acro KOing? Lando Terras. Okay, we're good. A Terra into Terra Ghost, sure. They're vulnerable to knockoff, so I'm kind of curious on why they didn't Terra the Rila to save it. But I'll take it, because I think they need Rila to KO the Kyogre. Here comes Acro. We will KO the Rila, and then we just focus down the Lando the next turn with knockoff. All right, goodbye, Rila Boom, as we're going to see the Sludge Bomb come out, but you can't poison me because of Sheer Force. That was very weak Sludge Bomb damage. Is that even Life Orb? It might be Scarf, which would make sense for the Miraidon matchup, but I mean, Calm Mind Ogre is pretty good into it anyway. We Aqua Jet into knockoff. Not bad damage, Bruxish. It is in the rain. Were you Choice Scarf, or was that actually Life Orb? Maybe it's like Life Orb bulky? But you run special attack on that Lando anyway. Or maybe I'm just underestimating Roaring Moon. Okay, it was Choice Scarf, as I thought. Like, I think Sludge Bomb could have done more. Battle over. Very nice. Very nice. If they Terra Rila, I'm pretty sure Aqua Jet into Acro probably got into rain. If not, like, they go for Woodhammer, the recoil damage is done, and then I should be able to win the end game against the Lando by itself, especially with Aqua Jet pressure from Bruxish. All right, we have Roaring Moon, Urshifu, Landorus Incarnates, the Calyx Ice Rider alongside Amoonguss and Ogerpon Heartflame. This is the team that Justin Tang used to win the San Antonio Regional Championship. Shilian Tang also got second at that. How are they stopping? How are they stopping Kyogre? I'm pretty sure this Kyogre outspeeds everything on their team. Even the Ogerpon, I think it does. Because like the Ogerpon, I'm pretty sure is like max. Yeah, I think it does, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'd probably go with Indeedee Kyogre though. Yeah, I like Indeedee Kyogre quite a lot here. I think Indeedee Kyogre is pretty safe. I want to bring the Roaring Moon in the back. I don't really need Lando. I guess I want Scizor? Yeah, Scizor's not bad. Endgame cleanup. Bruxish isn't terrible either. Like, the thing is, I don't know if they're going to go with a taunt commitment or not. Oh wait, it's Covert Cloak on the Amoonguss, so I shouldn't do this unless they lead like Cali Ice specifically. All right, I want to lead probably Roaring Moon then plus Kyogre. Acrobatics drops in so much damage, and this Roaring Moon's max speed, so we do outspeed their Roaring Moon. And in the back, I think I want Scizor for cleanup, and then I'll brain the Bruxish, I guess, because having a way for taunts in the end game actually doesn't sound terrible. Try it out. I think I should have probably brought the Indeedee, but you know, let's have some fun. I am just gonna Terra Water my Kyogre and blow up their team. That's basically the goal. Like, I don't see why I wouldn't. Like, if they lead Amoonguss, I'm just clicking Acrobatics plus Terra Water Water Spout, and I think I OHKO. And they lead Roaring Moon plus the Cali Ice. Roaring Moon doesn't outspeed my Kyogre, right? I don't think it does. So I'm gonna go for Terra Water Water Spout plus Tailwind with my Roaring Moon. Yeah, Speed Booster goes first. They're gonna get their Speed Booster, which is absolutely fine. I had a feeling Roaring Moon could lead because it's like one of the only things that's faster than Kyogre. So I'm gonna go for Tailwind and Water Spout. A classic. A classic. Let's Tailwind, let's Water Spout. Show me your options. Roaring Moon probably survives one. Maybe Cali Ice protects and they go for a knockoff immediately. But if they do that, then next turn I just go for like a big Hydro or Origin Pulse plus like an Acro the following turn. Yeah, they protect Cali Ice. I don't know. Roaring Moon's gonna take a bunch of damage here. So I go for the Tailwind with my Roaring Moon. Here comes a Water Spout with the Choice Specs. Gonna do a ton of damage. Yeah, that's why I debate about Indeedee lead, because I could have seen the Roaring Moon lead with Cali. I love blowing up things with Kyogre. It's one of my greatest pleasures in life. Okay, let's see what is coming out next. It's going to be the Ursh. Gonna click Water Spout, and I'm going to Bruxish, I think, because Bruxish will stop Aqua Jet if they want to go for a last ditch effort. I think their last ditch effort play is Terra Water Aqua Jet the Kyogre, and then hope Cali Ice lives and attack, which is also silly because I could just double up the Cali Ice. So I don't know, they don't really have much that they could do. I'll just go to Bruxish because I stopped the priority, so Water Spout should guarantee the knock on both of them, because I don't think... I know the Ursh has bulk, but Cali Ice definitely doesn't live this. Ursh, maybe. But I don't think so, because Roaring Moon should be bulkier than Ursh. We see the Terra come out from my opponent. Maybe the Terra on the Cali, which is like whatever. But it makes sense. They're hoping... I think they're just going to go for Aqua Jet then into Kyogre. Pray that I went for knockoff plus Water Spout and doesn't KO. Oh, they don't. Okay. Here comes Terra Water Water Spout once again. Boom. That's a crit too, but the crit doesn't matter on Cali Ice because Choice Specs will KO. Like, I know Mystic Water KOs, and this Cali Ice has speed, so yeah, there's not really much that this Cali Ice could have done. This team actually has a very nice matchup here. Beautiful. And then what's their final mon? Which doesn't even matter at this point. If it's a Amoonguss, I go for Psychic Fangs, Water Spout, and OHKO it. Ogerpon, sure. I go for Water Spout and I swap into my Roaring Moon because I can because I always just set up Tailwinds. Because if they go for double Spiky Shield, then Wood Hammer, I just Tailwind outspeed the Ogerpon, and then I just Water Spout and still pin it. Yeah, Kyogre. That's what they could do. Gotta respect this mon, man. All right, we have Sableye, Terapagos with Fluttermane, Ogerpon, Heartflame, Rillaboom, and Urshifu. Sableye is an interesting mon here. Okay. But otherwise, I imagine it's just screens. The double grass is kind of annoying, but overall, we should be all right. The problem... Is there a problem? Yes. Icy Wind Flutter. That's annoying. Trying to think of what I do here. I think my best combination is probably Kyogre plus the Indeedee. And then I think I would want Roaring Moon in the back with Bruxish. Let's see how it goes. The reason I'm going to go with this combination, I need Kyogre to obviously wall break, do as much damage as possible in the start. Even if they have a way to get rid of the weather, I need to bait the Pagos Terra potentially. I have Fake Out on the Indeedee, which is nice because I could probably get a faster Fake Out than Rila if they lead Rila Terapagos. And if they lead Ursh Terapagos, that's fine too. I'm just gonna go for a... Ursh should always be faster than Kyogre. I think I just go for a Water Spout and Fake Out into Ursh. Yeah. Fake Out Water Spout into Ursh, do as much damage as I possibly can. If they go for Starstorm immediately, it shouldn't do too much damage to Kyogre because Kyogre has good natural special defense. They should be fine there. I don't know if they have Protect either. Just don't be Cover Cloak and we're fine. If they go for Detect, that's cool. This might be double Protect, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. So they're scouting for a potential Fake Out, which makes sense because they saw that I'm not Psychic Surge, so they run Fake Out on the non-Psychic Surge sets. All right, we're going to go for a Water Spout and a Follow Me. So Water Spout, Follow Me. Because Kyogre takes too much damage from surging. And they'll take the Rocky Helmet, so if they're Focus Sash on the Ursh, I'm still in a pretty good spot. I'm only concerned about the later parts of the game. No Terra, so they're probably going to go for Calm Mind, unless they're going for single target Starstorm, I guess. Surging is cool. I'm losing my Indeedee. They're taking 3 hits of Rocky Helmet. They're easily going down anyway. All right. So that's pretty all right. Cool. All right. Goodbye, Urshifu, to this Water Spout. The Pagos is probably taking like 30 to 40% from Choice Specs Water Spout, even with the Terra Shell active. It might even do more realistically, but let's see. That's a crit, right? That's not a crit. I thought that was doing less. They Calm Mind, but I don't know. The Calm Mind might be a bit too late. Maybe Leftovers recovery. We're going out in Roaring Moon. Because if it's Ogerpon or Flutter, I need to Tailwind up. Because I can't risk Thunder Wave Flutter affecting this game into Kyogre. Yeah, I think that's the goal. We're going to see Rila come in versus my Roaring Moon. Okay, I don't think this is too bad. I had a suspicion that Rila could come in, and I had a backup plan to this anyway, so let's see if this backup plan works. They're +1 special defense. I'm going to go for a Terra Water Spout, and I'm going to swap into Bruxish. Now, there are 2 plays they can make. Fake Out Woodhammer? Or not Fake Out, whatever. Fake Out Terra Starstorm? Or Woodhammer Protect? I'm thinking they're probably going to Fake Out here. Well, let's see. It could Glide too, I suppose, but that's in the same line of the Fake Out world, so I'm cool with that. I'm going for the Terra Water because I think I need the Terra Water with the Choice Specs in order to punish the... Ah, I got it wrong. Okay. Bit of acrobatics. Yeah, I got the play wrong. Okay. I do get a lot of damage in a Rila. Rila probably goes down, so it's down to the last 2 Mons, but I just don't think I'm beating the... Yeah, I'm not beating the final. So they didn't fall for it. I guess I should have just went for Acro then. I guess Acro Waters... No, Acro switch into Bruxish was better. I just didn't want the... Or maybe knock off Pagos, actually, because I would have probably preferred getting rid of the Pagos leftover so it didn't recover too much. I got that a bit wrong there. It's possible to win. Also, I just realized the Pagos isn't leftovers. Huh. So we bring out the Roaring Moon. It's Ogerpon back. Wait, we can win this. We can absolutely win this. If Roaring Moon KOs, but I just don't think it does. We still have a double power in acrobatics. If we KO, I think we gotta go for the Pagos with acrobatics, psychic fangs. We're gonna see the Terra come out from, this should be Pagos. Yep. All right. I live with both Pokemon here if they follow me. If they follow me, it's probably more ideal, but I think they might spike a shield. They also get rid of grassy terrain, so they don't get recovery. Maybe this is doable, actually. They do follow me. Wait, that's actually best case scenario because I get 2 hits off into the Pagos. Acrobatics. Not enough. Psychic Fang should KO, though. Yep. Oh, this is close. This is close. It's going to come down to the Pagos. Starstorm. Oh, wait. Roaring Moon lives 2? Oh, shoot. I risked that, though. My best play is to technically protect super... No, is... Look, it's a roll, man. It's so... I think my best play is still to protect Super Fang. Because I don't think knockoff Psychic Fang KOs. But I think after the Super Fang, I should KO the Pagos. Let's see if they protect. But I don't think you can protect. I think you have to go on the offense. Since you don't have leftovers, there's also like no reason to... Pain, man. Just a 1 Super Fang. Just a 1 Super Fang. I'm pretty sure 1 Super Fang and a knockoff KO'd. You gotta crit Roaring Moon. You gotta crit the knockoff, buddy. Yeah, I don't think Psychic Fang was KOing. It's Cobra Cloak. That makes sense. Are you serious? Like, I didn't play this game the best. I do know that. But it literally was like, okay, this endgame was great, man. This endgame was actually great. The fact that it was Ogerpon, the fact that they went for the follow me immediately instead of the spiky shield. All I needed was that Super Fang hit, man. Because I'm pretty sure Psychic Fang was never KOing there. I'm like pretty sure. This Pagos is a bulky mon. Maybe it did. I just don't think it does. I guess I should have gambled on the roll, but like, is either gamble on the roll or gamble on literally just hitting the Super Fang. And I'll take the Super Fang hit every time. I'll take the Super Fang hit every time. Calyx Ice Rider, the Raging Bolt with Grimmsnarl, Landorus Incarnates, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Ogerpon. Okay, this is a team that did well in the Global Challenge. I think Suika used it to get 3rd, technically, but first in points. What do I want to go here? I want to bring Inity, I think. Inity lead is good, and Inity Kyogre just seems really oppressive here. So I think I'm going to lead Inity plus the Kyogre. Scizor definitely going to be brought because I want the Bullet Punch pressure. And then final Mon. I just can't remember if this is... I want to remember if this is Covert Cloak on the Grimmsnarl, but I think it was Light Clay if I'm not mistaken. I want Roaring Moon in this. Roaring Moon is pretty good. Landorus isn't bad either to help against the Raging Bolt. Bruxish ain't bad either. But I think I want to go with Roaring Moon. I don't know. That's tough, actually. I think I probably wanted Landorus as a backup to Raging Bolt, but there's definitely a world where I break through this team utilizing my... Where I break through this team utilizing the Kyogre, but yeah, I think I probably should have respected Raging Bolt more. Also, what Terra was the Cali Ice? Was it water? Oh, it might have been water, actually. Okay, Grimmsnarl plus Cali Ice. Not too surprising as I lead the Kyogre plus the NDD. Are you going to go for Protect or are you going to go for Terra Water immediately? Because I just revealed that my NDD does have the option to go for Fake Out. I think I'm just going to go for Terra Water Water Spout. And I'm going to go for... I think I would prefer you not having Light Screen. I'm going to Fake Out the Grimmsnarl. Because if they have Light Screen up, Raging Bolt plus, I think the Light Screen with Assault Vest is really bad for the team. So I don't think I can ever allow that. I don't think they should Terra Ghost Grim, and unless they change the team, don't be Covert Cloak. We'll see. There's a lot of what ifs. You see a Terra coming from my side, that's always going to happen first. What's going on their side? I'm hoping, like, ideally this turn is Protect the Cali Ice and just take the Water Spout, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Terra Water. I don't think I two-shot it either. Maybe. Maybe I could have two-shot it with Water Spout into Helping Hand Water Spout, but that also means I think this is still better. All right, we see the Cali Ice. Go for that Terra Water. Fake Out gonna come out into the Grimmsnarl. And here comes a Water Spout. So no Light Screens up, which is nice. Oh my goodness. Wait, that did so much. That wasn't a crit either. Wow. Okay. I thought that was gonna do a little bit less, but I'll take it. Trick Room goes up. All right. All right, what's coming in? Pretty sure Water Spout can OHKO the Kyogre, but or KO the Cali Ice, even if I take a Glacial Lance, but it comes down to the partner. Raging Bolt comes in, which is not too surprising. It's not a booster. It's a Assault Vest, right? I don't have a switch in a Raging Bolt. That's my issue. So it depends on if I read a... Well, I don't think you should be Electrowebbing here, right? I don't think you should be. I think I'm just going to Water Spout and follow me. Snarl would be bad, though. If they have Snarl, that's not ideal. Hopefully, it could still KO the Cali Ice. I think I would be able to, but we'll see. I need to build up as much damage as possible and set up for an end game of maybe a Scizor cleanup. I could definitely see Scizor cleaning up in the end game. Cali Ice protects. Is this Snarl? I mean, if you Electro Web, it's an interesting speed tier here. 'Cause I have no idea if... Okay, they just Thunderbolt, which is cool. Ooh, wait. Glacial Lance might KO me now. Yeah, Glacial Lance KOs me, so that's what they're setting up for. I'm just not used to having a frail indie. We do a good amount of damage, though, to the Raging Bolt. I'm trying to think, do I have a single defensive position here? I guess if I retreat... I mean, I can. It depends on the last Pokemon, but I probably have to double switch here and sack both. Unless Scizor lives both, which maybe it's possible. I'm going into Roaring Moon and I'm going out into Scizor. I mean, no matter who I had in the back, I guess the only Mon that stopped this position was Bruxish. And I guess that means I should have led Bruxish, but I wasn't sure of like what they were committing to. I guess Grim plus Water Cali Ice makes a lot of sense though, because you get the Light Screen or you get the Trick Room. So let's see if Scizor can live the double up of Thunderbolt plus Glacial Lance. We'll sack Roaring Moon. Okay. Oh, they thunderclapped? Why didn't they just... Wait, what? Wait, what if I just follow me that turn? What? Is their Raging Bolt faster? That is such a strange play to me. Okay. What is that play? I guess they must have EV'd it weird, where their Raging Bolt is faster than the Cali Ice. I guess that makes sense because it took so much damage. Sure, I'm gonna go for a U-turn into the Raging Bolt and I'm gonna fake out the Cali Ice. The end game is so tricky because I have no idea who's the last Pokemon. The last Pokemon's gonna really determine it here. And also, what speed tier is it? So I'm gonna fake out the Cali Ice that didn't protect, which is interesting. I get the U-turn KO and the Raging Bolt. All right. So now I have a Scizor that actually has some usage. We get to find out the last Pokemon, which is actually really important. Go on a Kyogre. Is it Ursh? I wonder if it's Ursh in the back. But if it's Ursh, it depends on the speed tier, right? If it's Ogerpon, I think I just fire off the Origin Pulse. It is Ogerpon. Ogerpon is scary. How fast is your Ogerpon, man? That's what it's going to come down to. I think my best play is just to Origin Pulse and swap out into Scizor. Yeah, best play is to always switch out into Scizor and Origin Pulse. Because I would assume Ogerpon's faster, right, than Kyogre normally. So I'm thinking the Spiky Shield maybe. Maybe a double protect. Well, you shouldn't double protect here. I think you should Glacial Lance. I think you just hope that the Ogerpon can clean up the end game. And I think that's... You should just Glacial Lance KO the Entity and go for a Spiky Shield. Well, let's see. Maybe they read it. It is Spiky Shield. Yep, exactly. This is Glacial. Yep. Scizor takes a lot, but we're good. Origin Pulse. We just need to connect to Cali. Nice. Okay. I think we're in a good spot to win. I'm kind of curious if Dual Wing Beat would KO the Ogerpon. Rain stops, doesn't change any calcs. Although maybe Entity could have lived an Ivy Cudgel, perhaps. I think my best play is just to Origin... Well, it's just Origin Pulse because it doesn't change anything here. And I'm going to go for a... Still Wing Beats KO? It would be 60 base power each hit. 120, 240. No, let's... Bug Bite technically has better accuracy. I think I'd rather Bug Bite twice. What if it's Fizz Def Ogerpon, like really physically defensive? I'm going to do a Wing Beat. The Ivy Cudgel. Okay, they're going to go for the Origin Pulse Miss, which is fair. Okay. Okay, we hit the first one. I assume this KOs. It's single target Origin Pulse, even without rain, is choice specs. Yeah, I KO. So they were going for Origin Pulse. They needed 2 misses there. They needed 2 misses. So I guess the EV spread just messed them up. I'm assuming the Raging Bolt was faster than the Cali Ice under Trick Room. Because otherwise, I don't think you ever make that play. I think you just Thunderbolt plus Glacial Lance. Because, like, what's stopping me? Like, I could follow V plus Water Spout. Or maybe they just read that I was going to switch out. But if I was switching out, like, I don't think I was staying and attacking. That's the thing. I think I should have been taking a Thunderbolt, but I'll take it. Terapagos, Ogerpon, Heartflame, Clefairy, Iron Hands, the Fluttermane, and Urshifu. Okay, I think that this could be a pretty straightforward Kyogre NDD game for the most part. I guess the question is, do I want to bring Scizor? But I don't think so. I think I always bring Roaring Moon, and I think I bring Bruxish. Do I need Bruxish around? It's kind of nice. The Taunt is useful. The Aqua Jet endgame. Although maybe it was better to bring Scizor. Bullet Punch might have been better in this matchup. Yeah, Bullet Punch might have been better. I do like the ability to shut down Iron Hands though, with the Dazzling to prevent Fake Out from rotating. But I'm also scared of like Thunderwave Flutter, which is always a nightmare to deal with. Also, there might have been a world where I don't think Bullet Punch ever KOs Clefairy though. If Bullet Punch KOs Clefairy, then I could get rid of the Friend Guard, which could be kind of impactful. I just don't think that's a realistic situation. I do think Bullet Punch though might have been better if they decide to opt for Flutter. Like, I'm thinking they're just going to go with Terapagos. I think they're going to go with the Clefairy. I think they're going to bring Ogerpon Heartflame. And probably Iron Hands. Unless they want to bring Ursh. I think Ursh is kind of fair in this game. But we'll see. Like, they really have to commit on Pagos. They're running out of time, but they do lock it in. So, let's see. Pagos. Gonna be the main threat here. It should be always a Calm Mind version. If it's specs, we're in a really awkward state, but let's see. Lead-wise, Terapagos Clefairy. Yep, pretty much what you would anticipate. So I lead Indeedee plus the Kyogre. I just fake out Terapagos and Water Spout. I wonder if I just blow up the lead, actually, now that I think about it. I'm just going to Water Spout Fake Out. You can't tear it a Clef. We fake out the Terapagos. You are insane. You are insane, and I think you're losing the game turn 1, man. I think you're losing the game turn 1 to that play. What is that play? Okay. There's no way they did that. I think they probably thought, oh, there's no psychic terrain. Or they thought, oh, there's psychic terrain. And then they look on the field after they see the fake out and like, oh, wait, there wasn't psychic terrain. Trust me, I've been there, man. I've done that at a regional in Gen 9. I've done that at a regional in Gen 9. Urshifu gonna come in. All right, I am free to Terra with Water Spout and follow me. This might be a forfeit realistically, because they just lost their restricted and one of their best answers, and now they just can't stop Kyogre from doing its thing. So yeah, looks like they're just gonna give this to me, because I'm just gonna be able to go for a Choice Specs Terra Water Spout and just blow up their team immediately. And since I have Rocky Helmet, Ursh is always going down here. Doesn't matter what set it is, doesn't matter if you're a Assault Vest, doesn't matter if you're Pokesash. Also, their Ursh is slower, or is this Grass Clefairy? Oh, they Terra the Grass. Or Water, I suppose. That's fine. Don't mind that, because I should still do a ton of damage. Maybe I don't KO the Clef, but I'll still do a ton. Oh, the Ursh is also slower than my Kyogre, which means Night Ursh. Oh, I just blew up the Clef too. Oh, I crit the Clef. Okay, that made more sense, because I'm like, Clef could probably live 1. Ursh definitely not, unless it was a Assault Vest or some really bulky set. Yeah, it makes sense if they didn't notice that Psychic Terrain didn't go up. But if they saw that Psychic Terrain didn't go up, you should always expect Fake Out from Indeedee. It's one of those funny moments, I suppose. We click Follow Me, Water Spout, we win. Oh, forfeit, which I'm surprised by. Okay. Wow, everything on their team is slow. They really am just... Yeah, they're just trying to outbulk teams, but unfortunately, against a Kyogre with Terra Water and Choice Specs, it's just such a massive wall breaker. It destroys resistances, as we saw. It destroys them. Absolutely crushed. And that's the power of Water Spout Kyogre and why you gotta respect it. Terapagos, Whimsicott, Fluttermane, Incineroar, Urshifu, Iron Hands. Okay. So they have Tailwind stuff. Is this Specs? I feel like it'd be Specs Pagos more than Calm Mind stuff, but they do have double Fake Out. So I have to keep that in mind. I do have the Bruxish, which is really good here. Indeedee Bruxish is, or Kyogre plus Indeedee is really good. Do I want the Roaring Moon? I definitely bring Bruxish. The question is, am I going Roaring Moon or am I going Scizor as the last? Scizor Bullet Punch is really tempting. It's really, really tempting. I think I'll try it. Because Bullet Punch for Fluttermane, Bullet Punch for Whimsicott, like what am I expecting them to bring? I think they always bring Pagos. I think they always bring Whimsicott. Is it Iron Hands Ursh in the back? And that means it's a mistake to bring Scizor. Although Scizor can still be good because if it specs Pagos, it's actually harder for me to wall break through. So it's better for me to actually go for a Bullet Punch cleanup endgame. But we'll see. We'll see. What is your lead here? Ursh Flutter. Okay. Was not expecting Flutter to lead here. Booster energy speed? Sure. I'm going for an Origin Pulse straight away, and I'm going to go for a Fake Out into the Ursh. Just straight up damage, straightforward. Flutter protects. This might be Ursh protect as well, which is fine. Because next time I think I follow me, Origin Pulse, and or they don't be Covert Cloak. That's slow Ursh. That's a really slow Ursh, actually. Okay. I don't KO the Ursh. Alright. I mean, this is just follow me plus Origin Pulse. The Ursh doesn't really get many attacks off here. I'm surprised because it's not Scarf Ursh, so I don't get why there's no Protect. Is this Icy Wind or is this a Moonblast or Taunt? Icy Wind makes sense because now you'll outspeed with Ursh and get one attack off. But I went for Follow Me because I will cover for that play. Surging. Does Entity survive this? Oh, it's the Gloves Ursh. Because it avoided my Rocky Helmet chip. I land both Origin Poses. Does this KO Flutter? It does. Okay. Good start. Good start. All right. Nice. Nice. Get rid of the Fluttermane. I'm in a pretty good spot, I would say. I get to go out into Scizor. Get some good damage across the board. And afterward, yeah, we just go for heavy damage. You might be thinking, why don't I just go Bruxish? I probably switch out into Bruxish more than sending it immediately. Although Super Fang or Taunt would have been nice into the Terapagos. Iron Hands comes out, which is not surprising. All right, I'm swapping out into Bruxish, and I'm going to go for a Bug Bite into... We're doing a U-turn. If I U-turn and they wall charge the Scizor, that's so bad for me. But you know what? I think it's more likely they target the Kyogre anyway than targeting the Scizor. With either Fake Out or Wall Charge. I would Fake Out or Wall Charge my Bruxish slot. A Star Storm. Okay. Is this actually specs? I feel like it might be. Please don't let my worst nightmare come true and they actually wall charge. Good damage to Pagos. Into Kyogre we go. Okay, they Drain Punched. Ooh, okay. Granted, we don't know the speed tiers here. This is where it gets awkward. I get to go out into Scizor. I threaten a lot of heavy damage. Do I think this is Timid Pagos? Or do I think this is Modest? because that matters a lot. Oh, this matters so much. It depends on if I think Pogos is faster than Ogre. Oh boy. Is the Pogos faster? Is this timid Pogos? We'll find out. I think I should have went for Bullet Punch plus Terra Water Orchard. A Terra to Iron Hands. Wait, that's massive for me actually. Okay, it wasn't Scarf. Or it wasn't Timid. Okay. I get the Pogos knockout. I get the dual wing beats into the Iron Hands. Hopefully. Okay. That's actually a lot of damage. I think we're home free. They Drain Punch the Ogre. To cover for Terra Grass? I don't know. I feel like if you're going to go for all of that, it's probably better to just get rid of the Rain and Terra of your Pogos. I mean, if they teared Pogos and made like a similar play, I'm still fine. Because even if they knocked out the Ogre with Drain Punch plus Starstorm, I think I got the knockout into Iron Hands with a dual wing beat. But I think any line, I think it just came down to how fast the Pogos was. And because I was faster with Kyogre, I think they had no chance. Then again, I didn't get the dual wing beat damage on the Iron Hands, but I would have gotten a lot more damage with the Origin Pulse because it would have been a resist, even if it's outside of rain. Like, I mean, I'll take it. I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it, man. I'm just going to take it. Scizor actually, that dual wing beat damage was impressive to Iron Hands, and I'm really glad we had it there in that scenario because we needed a way to break through. And thankfully, I locked in the dual wing beat. Calyx Ice Rider with Iron Hand, Xianpao, Dragonite, Urshifu, and Weezing. If it wasn't for the Weezing, this would be okay. The Weezing makes this so weird. Okay. Xianpao Dragonite is not an easy one to deal with. Okay, how do I want to approach this? I think having Follow Me redirection isn't great in this matchup. I don't think I need Lando in this game. I probably want Scizor. This is going to be so difficult. All right, let's bring the Kyogre and the Roy Moon. If they don't lead Weezing, I get my booster energy. Although they still shut down Photosynthesis if it comes in, which is kind of annoying. Back Pokemon is going to be Scizor, and I think I need Bruxish. I got to hope that either they don't bring Weezing or the Weezing, I can pin it. Ideally, if they lead Calyx Shadow Rider plus Weezing, I just go for Tailwind, Choice Specs, Origin Pulse, and one-shot the Weezing. That's like the ideal scenario world. Granted, they got a lot of Pokemon that are just annoying. They have a lot of priority with the Xianpao Dragonite. They have the Iron Hands with Fake Out, and also threatens a lot of damage to my team. So I have to respect a bunch of it. All right, how... I mean, I can't really think about like what leads they're going to go for because... I don't know what I would do if I was them and if I was in their shoes, because it's like, okay, they probably have options. They got the Weezing option. They have the Xianpao Dragonite option. They have the Iron Hands lead. It's not an easy one. Maybe Iron Hands Weezing, which is a crazy lead, but probably works in the scenario here. Xianpao plus Weezing. Okay, sure. I actually don't mind this. I actually don't mind this. Unironically, I don't mind this. Booster energy doesn't activate, right? Okay, good. So I can keep it so I can get the boost later. I'm going to go out into Scizor and just throw off Origin Pulses. I need the KO into the Weezing, but also like if it can't knock out the Kyogre at the moment, the Sword of Ruin is off. I get to do a lot of damage with the Origin Pulse, and then I have Bullet Punch pressure to finish up the POW afterward. Let's bring out the Scizor. And Terra Water, because we want as much damage into Weezing as possible. Kind of curious if there's any Terras involved in the upcoming turns. They shouldn't be able to do that much damage to Kyogre, which is good. Terra Water. Terra Water Specs is going to blow up teams. We see a Terra on their side and it's a Weezing. Interesting. Okay, I don't hate that. Weezing Terras into Terra Water. Okay. So they have Terra Water on the Weezing, which is fine. That means they can't Terra Shadow Rider out of knockoff range later, which is big. Throat Chop, sure. That's a lot. Oh, that's why it's Life Orb. And I land both Origin Pulses, which is good. Okay. So I get rid of the POW. I don't know how worth that trade-off is. It's not a bad trade-off by any means. Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Shadow Rider's coming in, isn't it? Yep. Scizor is guaranteed to be slower than the Weezing unless for some reason they have a really weird speed stat. I think I hope that I can live an attack from the Calc Shadow Rider with Scizor. And I get a U-turn off into Weezing. And I'm just going to throw off the Origin Pulse. Oh, Weezing retreats. What? Iron Hands? Iron Hands would make sense. Ursh. Okay. That makes sense too. Astral. This is going to do a lot of damage. Okay, wait. This is playable. Kyogre goes down. I have tools. I do get a big U-turn off into the Ursh. Okay. I go into Bruxish. It can't Terra the Ursh, so I think Ursh goes down to Psychic Fangs. So I go Roaring Moon here and I get my booster energy. I have Speed Booster. Bruxish doesn't outspeed the Ursh naturally, but we should be able to get a Psychic Fangs Tailwind scenario. There's only one possible play that I'm really fearful of, and I'm just gonna pray that doesn't happen. Let's see. Oh no, don't be Scarf Ursh. Is it actually Scarf Ursh? Because they're gonna shut down my booster energy speed boost with the neutralizing gas. Oh, come on, man. No. It had to be Scarf Ursh. I was praying it wasn't Scarf Ursh. Oh. And I did have to play a mind game there, because if the Ursh decides, hey, because like if the Cali attacks, well, the Ursh can. Yeah, was there a safe play? I just don't think there was. Okay, here comes the Alex. Unless I get a huge knockout here, I just don't see it happening. My Terra was used on Ogre. I have to Aqua Jet here plus Bullet Punch. I don't I just don't think I beat this. Unless I crit both moves. Maybe one of the two can work. Are they going for Wisp? Did I have to re-protect? Because I was thinking it could have been... Well, did we see a Life Orb? Or no, we saw Life Orb and POW. That's why I thought it might have been Specs damage. But then again, I guess Specs would have KO'd Scizor. I mean, a lot of this is still going to come down to can I get the knockout on the Cali. But if I had targeted down to Weezing with Bullet Punch Psychic Fangs, I guess I would have had better odds. Because I would have had Technician still available. Why are you spamming Protect? That's a crit. Just barely. You should never protect the Cali in this situation. You should always just Gleam and Astral. If this is choice protect and they got me that way, bravo. I gotta hope that I get the Aqua Jet KO and the Cali, and then Psychic Fangs knocks out the Weezing. That's my only hope. I don't think it does. They're thinking. Okay, yep, I get the Aqua Jet KO. I think Gleam single target I will barely survive. Oh, I don't. Okay. Oh, why did my nightmare cut through, man? It was actually Scarfish. I guess it makes sense. They had like a lot of things slower than Cali Shadow, but I would have had to read that specifically and protect my Roaring Moon and go for, but that only is if I read hard Scarf. Like, I would have to make a hard read there protect, because if they go for just a random close combat and they're not Scarf and I protect and the Shadow Rider stays in, I'm in an awful spot. But I guess Shadow Rider should always switch out in that position because you're threatened by knockoff and they didn't have Terra. So maybe I had to. All right, let's go over to games. And game one was just really able to do a ton of damage across the board and was able to get the knock on Kyogre using Bruxish Psychic Fangs. And then was in a really good spot with my Roaring Moon to pretty much clean up the end game, especially with Bruxish and Kyogre still remaining. In game two, yeah, I just think Terra Water Spout is just absolutely absurd, and my opponent really just did not have any counters other than maybe going for a Roaring Moon speed type, but this Roaring Moon is max speed, so it was just able to get the tailwind up, go for the Water Spout, and yeah, my opponent just had no switch-ins because the Kyogre was faster than everything on their team and blew it up. In game three, it was just amazing how much damage I was able to get at the start of the game utilizing the Kyogre. I did get the mind game wrong where I did lose my Kyogre on the Wood Hammer, but was still in a pretty okay spot with my Roaring Moon. I was able to get that double up thankfully into the Ogre Palm, which went for the Follow Me, which ended up being very nice as I was able to set up a very good position, assuming I hit the Super Fang into the Pagos, which unfortunately did miss. I do think that Psychic Fangs wasn't the right play, and going for a potential damage roll on the Roaring Moon when I think Super Fang gave me the best odds wasn't the best, but that's sometimes just how it goes, man. In game four, oh man, the fact that it was Terra, Water, Cali, Ice, not too surprising, but it was a bit harder to maneuver, but at least I was able to deny the screens. It got a little bit scary because the Raging Bolt was still terrifying, but thankfully the Kyogre was able to come in clutch in the end game with the Origin Pulses connecting and then being able to beat the Ogre Pond by itself by landing the final Origin Pulse. In game five, oh man, this was funny. They just let the Terapagos just go down turn one, and then I was just able to click Water Spout and just blow up my opponent's team, which they didn't really have the best defensive plays against the Choice Specs Kyogre. Again, incredible wall breaker, but man, was that brutal for my opponent. In game six, was able to get a really good double knockout at the start of the game without losing too much, and then got a little bit weird because Iron Hands is a bit of a tricky mon. However, was able to manage a very nice position utilizing the Kyogre to do as much damage as possible, and the dual wing beats ended up helping out by dishing out a lot of damage into Iron Hands even through a potential Terra. Was trying to cover for Terra Grass and it helped out against Terra Water, but was just able to really wall break utilizing Kyogre and Scizor in the remainder. In game 7, it's actually funny because this is Kyo's EUIC team that got top 16. I played it before I left for EUIC. I'm doing the narration after EUIC, so I actually know the sets now in retrospect. So I didn't know at the time because the team wasn't released back then, but it was focused as Shadow Rider with the Life of Xianpao. We saw the Terra Water on the Weezing and the Choice Scarf Urshifu. During the time, I just had to call whether the Urshifu was Scarf on this team. It does make sense that it was the Choice Scarf. I would have had to call it and get the knockout on Urshifu by protecting, and then I think I would have been able to clean up the end game utilizing my Roaring Moon, but I did get the mind game wrong, so I did end up losing the game. This team takes a lot of risk. I think that's the thing about Choice Specs Kyogre, but it's just able to do so much damage as we've seen before. With that Terra Water set, it's really just an incredible wall breaker. If opponents' teams are not prepared, it will just delete 2 mons easily at least. But this team, again, very centric on the Choice Specs Kyogre being able to do a ton of work. Scizor was actually a pretty cool mon on this team, as well as the Bruxish putting in work, so very happy with the results. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. If you'd like to try out the team, the rental code is on your screen. Hopefully it's still available by the time the video comes out. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.